Hello everybody, this is Stuart Jean here from Musicians Institute, Hollywood, California. Another drum magazine tutorial here. We're going to step away from the kit today and talk about using an app called Show One to run tracks with your band or for yourself or clinics, whatever you want to use it for. We've all had problems running tracks. There's so many different issues with, do I use the laptop? That can crash. Running Logic, I got a trackpad I'm dealing with while I'm trying to play. I'm sweaty. Stabilizing the laptop. It's great because you can run stereo tracks and all that, but we'll get to that. Using an old iPod back in the day, using your phone. There's a lot of ways to do it, but the guys over at Show One really made a great app to where you can load tracks in, no click with these tracks. You don't have a click in the audio of the WAV file of the track. You import it. That's what our video today is going to show you, how to import and manage the tracks. And then you can actually use the click that's in the app and a count off that's generated from the app. So what's great about that is you have the same click sound for every single track, same volume as well. So there's no adjusting or one track is really low and suddenly the guitar player's like got to turn it up and then the next track's really loud and then he's got to crank it back down and it's really annoying. And with the counting it's great as well. And there's a lot of options. So in this video we're just going to keep it to importing tracks and some of the options within the app, just so you can see the advantages of using the app. Later this month we'll get into listening to using this app, Show One, in 2-channel mode, and then so you can actually hear the count-ins and the click options and all that. And then we will discuss in another video running it in 4 channels using an interface, a very small interface by Native Instruments. There are other options there as well, but running 4 channels, so you have a click channel, a count-off channel, and stereo tracks, all from using your little phone. It's awesome. So check out the screencast and stay tuned for more info. Thank you, everybody. Okay, everybody, we are going to look at the Show One app and how to load a track into this wonderful app. I'm sliding across my screen here. Show One is down here in the little corner right above my mail, Show One. I'm going to click on that. The app opens. We have some options. We have tracks. So we can get onto our tracks, and it says here, view and modify all tracks and import new ones. We have sets. We can perform and edit your sets of tracks. Of course, you can shop and get to some advanced features. And we have our settings. Right now, in this little screencast, we're just going to look at importing a track and some of the options with the track itself. So I'm going to click on tracks. And that opens me up to all my tracks that I have here for my band. If I want to import a new track, I'm going to look at this little button at the bottom here, blue button that says import. I'm clicking on that. And I have no options here just yet. I'm going to go over here to this plus sign at the top of the screen. And that's taking me to my iCloud drive. Here's the master page of my iCloud. You could set it up with Dropbox. In this case, I'm using my iCloud drive. My band is called Encore, and I'm going to click on this folder of Encore tracks. And here's all of our tracks that we've got. And I'm just going to, I guess, pull one in that's probably already in there, but we'll just grab it again. Let's see. Let's do Moves Like Jagger. All right, so I'm going to click on this track, Moves Like Jagger. And it says import successful. You may now input the original tempo and time signature of the audio file. Okay. I always do one at a time. I don't do multiple. I've had problems with that, so I just do one at a time. And you see the little blue check mark, and under the track it says import. I'm clicking on that, and now I get to my options. I can change the name if I want to up in here. I'm going to leave that. The tempo, its default says 100. I put it in the title so I don't forget. 128 is the tempo of that song. Yes, we can do decimals if we like, if we need to fine tune, but here we are. Time signature, we have a little wheel to select. We're going to stick to what it is, 4/4. And user cue, we'll get into that later in some advanced settings, but for now, and I always leave it at none. So we go next. And since I'm not using the user cue left or right, I say none. I'm going to hit done. And the track is now into my tracks. I'm going to hit done up here, and my list of tracks moves like Jagger, the one that said 128 SNIP. Snip, that means I snipped the ending of it nice and tight, so I was positive that it's as efficient as it can be. These tracks have to start right at beat 1. You really can't have a lot of leader time, and you want them to end right in time as well. So what's going to happen is the app generates the click, generates a count off, which is awesome. So I'm going to click info on the settings here. I can, at the top, I can change the name if I want to, yet again. I can adjust that tempo if I need to. I can adjust the pitch of the track. Let's say you have a singer, it needs it a little flatter. Can't quite get up in there. And there's pitch. This is important for me. I use this for everything, is voice count. And what this is, we have no bars. We have 1 bar, 2 bar, 4 bars. I always set it at 1 bar, so I always get from the app, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 with the click. And the whole band can hear that if you want to send it to them, and they can adjust that volume of that. And it's separate from the tracks themselves. What's great about this is, as I said in the beginning of this thing, you have probably experienced where tracks are made by different people in the band or different sources, and you have different types of click sounds, just the way the clicks are functioning, different count-ins. This app eliminates all that. You basically are importing a track with no click at all. It's in time, but there's no click. There's no audible click. You just bring that WAV file in, and now the app itself generates the click, generates the count off. So in this case, 1 bar, we'll go back. Track options down here. We could, if we need to snip a little of the beginning or the ending, we can do that. If we have to, we have options on that. And the gain, this is good too. If, you can get all your tracks at the same volume, and the front of house will love you because they don't really have to adjust anything on their end, and suddenly there's one track that's just screaming and the other one's super quiet. You can balance that out to the best of your abilities within the app itself. Let's see, what else do we have? Click options. Click delay. This is great if your track isn't laying in the pocket really great, and you need to, again, the click is coming from the app, so you have to make sure it's lined up. I've never had a problem. I have had to go a few milliseconds back just to, get it laying in there really nice for me, and I'm more comfortable with it. But it works. You just listen to it, and as it plays, you just sort of fiddle with this and wait till it's feeling right for you. Accented click, beep, boop, boop, boop. If you want the beat 1 accented, not a lot of flexibility here, but there we are, on or off. Click mute. This is handy if maybe you have a track that moves a little bit or doesn't. You don't want to hear a click. You just want to play to the track itself. You can just say mute on at bar 1 and mute off wherever you want it off. Let's go all the way down to bar 107. I use that for a few things that are just loops, percussion loops. I don't really need a count. I can have a count in, but I don't need a click. So that's handy. And let's go back. Click options. We did. and we can go back to our original track import settings if we had to fix something there. And that's basically how you load a track in and how you manage how the track's going to function within this Show One app. What we will get to in further videos is creating sets and running in 4 channels instead of 2 channels.